What's going on? It's 2:54 a.m. Instead of watching 24 last night till about 1 o'clock in the morning. So I got about basically 2 hours of sleep. I got a sty on my eye. I don't know if you can see it. I was nursing that all day. But it is what it is. Now I'm waiting for this training session to start. But these are trying things you gotta go through. It's like nothing's gonna be easy. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna have illnesses. You're gonna have things that bother you. You're gonna have things that make you uncomfortable to bring you out of your zone. It is what it is. All you could do is deal with it and keep moving. Because it's not enough that you try, you give it a shot. It's not about just make to give it in a shot. It's about succeeding. Actually, it's not even about just succeeding. It's about succeeding and helping other people succeed. Like you want to always make sure that you have the right energy around you because if you don't, things are going to fall apart. I learned that the hard way before. I was real selfish and cocky, and I thought I was that dude. Like everything was I. And there's never I. Nobody gets anywhere by themselves. Everyone gets help. There's no such thing as a self-made person. What is a self-made person? Like what is that? Like who gets anywhere without any help? Someone gave you an opportunity. Somebody taught you something. Somebody gave you a break. Somebody introduced you to something, whether they were your friend or your enemy. Someone helped you, and someone is still helping you. So to assume that what you see in front of you is self-made, or to say that whatever you've done or accomplished, you did it all by yourself is a lie. Even though your life, you may not have all the opportunities that most people were afforded. That doesn't mean that you're self-made. That means that you know what, in spite of the opportunity, in spite of the hard times, in spite of the negative things that happen in your life, in spite of the challenges you face, you succeeded. That's something to be proud of as well. But to say you're self-made is like excluding everyone who gave you help along the way. And nobody does that. Even the dudes that you see that's like in front of everybody, fronting like yeah, I'm that dude, I'm that dude. Trust me, they got a wifey, they got a little shorty that's helping them out. They got family maybe that's giving them a little help. Everybody gets help. There's nobody does anything by themselves. Everybody gets help, whether it's something large enough for you to see or just something small that happens in the background. With technology, we call them background services. It's basically things that help the application or the program run smoothly. They don't get all the fame, they don't get any accolades or any attention, but it's responsible for making sure the program on the application runs as it should. It's the same thing in life. You have people in your life or a person that helps you run smoothly. You may not put their name up in lights, so you may not give them shout outs, but we all have that. Or if not, if you want to be successful, you need that. You need people that's going to be in your corner. You need people that's going to help you through these days. So you need, whether it be a positive word, an inspiring thought, anything. You may see some people on Instagram or Facebook, and you're like, wow, this girl is really making moves, and you start, your first inclination is, maybe a little hint of jealousy. You may want to look and figure out, try to think about something negative about them, or I can't believe they have the nerve to be doing this or that, or I can't believe this person's traveling all around the world. I can't believe this person has, bought this car or, anything like that. Like, you know what? Use that instead of looking at that, and I don't want to say hating, but instead of looking at that and looking at the negative in it, look at the positive in it. Look at it like, all right, that's cool. They're doing what they got to do, so now I got to do what I got to do. So that's what I do personally. I used to be one of those dudes that looked at something and said, "Oh wow, this dude, or this chick, they doing it, they traveling, they're sounding the third, and it's a form of intimidation. It's like, oh, I don't know if it's intimidation. I just think it was a feeling of my own inferiority. That's gangster. I don't know if you can see that. 3 o'clock in the morning. That's my alarm. You don't get no more real than that. But I think I'm about to get this invite for this meeting. I'm going to wait till it starts. But where was I? Okay, feeling, a sense of inferiority. Feeling like, somebody else has done something, but I'm unable to. Or maybe feeling like somebody did something and I feel because they may be on a certain level that I'm not on their level. So, there's a certain feeling of jealousy or like don't let that get to you. Like don't just because somebody else is successful, use that to drive you. Use that to fuel like what you do in the day. Use that to motivate you. When you take something that is initially negative and you flip it around to being positive, you can get further. Whereas if you take something that you look at negatively and you let it hold you or you pay too much attention to it, all it does is bring you back. All it does is set you back. All it does is keep you in the same position that you're at. And you gotta let that go. You gotta let that negative energy go. You gotta let those negative thoughts go. Because negative and positive cannot exist at the same space at the same time. You can't be saying, you know what, I'm making moves or I'm going to do this, down and third. I want these great things to happen to me, but yet you still have negative thoughts. Like you have to let that go. It has to be let go. Once you let that go and then you start working on improving your own life, that's cool. But just remember what I said. The key is helping other people. Once you do that, it's like say you do something good for yourself. Like say you make an accomplishment. You pass a test, you get an A in a grade, you get a job. All right, say that's worth 5 points of success as far as the universe is concerned, right? But let's assume that you help somebody else pass a test or get a job or what have you. That's worth about 3 times as much. So you'll notice the blessings that's coming back to you, the energy that comes back to you because of that one thing, because of something that you did that maybe, it was nothing to you. But just because you shared this information, just because you gave somebody, your thoughts about something, that changed everything for that person. And now that person is going to be in a better space. So now what happens is that person shares what they've learned, or they motivate or inspire other people. A lot of times when you do things, you can't expect to see the direct results of it. Probably sounds sick. I think it might be coming down with a cold too. You can't expect to see the direct results of it. Like, don't do that. Like, when you do something, just do it. Just do it and walk away from it. Like, you know what? This person needed help. I helped them. Just walk away. That's it. And keep moving. Don't be looking back for a big thank you or a big card or anything like that. Don't do that. Because that means you're not doing it from your heart and your soul if you're sitting there waiting for the reward. Just do it. Just let it go. For me, a lot of times it comes in the form of, you're doing something, you're making changes in your life, and somebody else is going through something or what have you. And then they hit you up a little while later, whether it be months or years, and say, yo, you know what? Dame? I've accomplished this. And I want to give you, a pound, or just want to be like, look, I appreciate, that you said this, or one time you did this and it changed the way I thought. One time you said this and it changed, the way I did things. And those things right there, those mean more than any single thing you could do for yourself at all. Like the feeling that you get from that is amazing. So I don't know, these dudes gonna invite me to my training session yet, so now I gotta send some emails and figure out what's going on. But I just want to check in with you, wish you a good morning, and let's make the best out of today. Remember, the best is yet to come. All right, peace.